a responsibility to ask the question, is that an admission of wrongdoing or just a mistake with consequences? So let's talk plain.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.
Welcome to Black Westchester Magazine's The Publisher's Desk, and I'm Damon K. Jones, the publisher of Black Westchester Magazine. We live in a time when public trust is on life support, and the people tasked with enforcing the law must also live under it. So when New York Attorney General Letitia James, yes, the same Letitia James who secured a $454 million judgment against Donald Trump, admits on camera to providing incorrect information on a legal document.
It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that, I had indicated to the mortgage broker that, in fact, in bold cap letters, that I am not a resident of Virginia and never will be.
We have a responsibility to ask the question, is that an admission of wrongdoing or just a mistake with consequences? So let's talk plain. If a private citizen admitted to submitting a document with false residency information, even if they called it a mistake, they'd be facing serious scrutiny. Why? Because mortgage fraud is no small matter. It raises key questions. Was a document submitted to the lender? Did it affect the terms or approval of the loan? Was this an isolated error, or is it part of a pattern? This isn't about politics, it's about accountability and transparency, especially from the top law enforcement officer in New York State. Under federal and state law, false statements on mortgage documents can fall under mortgage misrepresentation, or worse, fraud, depending on how they were used and whether there was an intent to deceive. Now, here's the part that makes this even more controversial. This admission comes while James is leading a $454 million judgment case against Donald Trump, accusing him of inflating property values and misrepresenting financial documents. So naturally, people are asking if Letitia James can admit to putting incorrect information on legal forms and call it a mistake. Why isn't that same logic applied to others she investigates? That's not political spin. That's a legal and ethical double standard worth examining.
Trump and the Trump Organization repeatedly and persistently manipulated the value of assets to induce banks to lend money to the Trump Organization on more favorable terms than would otherwise have been available to the company, to pay lower taxes, to satisfy continuing loan agreements, and to induce insurance companies to provide insurance coverage for higher limits and at lower premiums. This conduct was all in violation of Executive Law, Section 6312. It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that, I had indicated to the mortgage broker that, in fact, in bold cap letters, that I am not a resident of Virginia and never.
So is this a full-blown legal admission? Maybe not yet, but it's definitely an admission of material error, and that's enough to justify investigation, especially when it comes from someone charged with upholding the law.
Being handled by our professional pros who are subject matter experts reporting directly to headquarters, because it is a case of great public importance.
Let's be very clear. This isn't about Republican versus Democrat. It's about the standard we apply to power. If the average black woman in Mount Vernon or the average working class man in Yonkers admitted to signing legal documents with false information, even by mistake, they wouldn't be excused in a press conference. They'd be investigated, maybe prosecuted, possibly jailed. This is what we mean when we talk about selective justice. And yet here we are, listening to the state's top law enforcement officer explain away a false statement on a mortgage-related document during a press conference. In the same breath, she defends herself against claims of political retribution. We'll continue to follow the facts wherever they lead. If you want real journalism that holds everyone accountable, regardless of party, subscribe and stay locked in. I'm Damon K. Jones for Black Westchester. Stay informed, stay empowered, and always ask, what would they do to you if the roles were reversed? If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it with others who need to hear the truth. And for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access, join the Black Westchester Magazine YouTube membership club today. Your support helps us keep independent Black media strong. Support independent Black media with style. Rock Black Westchester merch and represent the news with the Black point of view. Every purchase helps us speak truth to power.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.